How to prepare to downsize your home. Should it stay or should it go?
Darling, you got to let me know.
What stays and what goes? That's the biggest dilemma on everyone's mind. One of the basic laws in the Complete Idiot's Guide to Organizing Your Life states, stuff expands to fill the space available. The average person's home has nearly tripled in size over the past century. You can imagine there's now also 3 times the junk. With all that stuff weighing you down, you won't be going anywhere unless you learn how to prepare to downsize your home before moving trucks arrive. In this case, preparation equals purging. Buck up, grab some trash bags, and put your decision cap on. Stick around to find out these awesome tips right after this. Not every item is a keeper. Don't think twice about getting rid of items like these when you're figuring out how to prepare to downsize your home. 1. Awards collections from your glory days. You don't need large volumes of metal and plastic to remind you of the way it felt to swish a basket during that college basketball game. Though old trophies, medals, plaques, certificates from your high school and college glory days do have sentimental value, your memories of these times won't be erased if you decide to toss out at least a portion of your awards collection. That goes for sports as well as any hobbies or pursuits you've had throughout your life. If you'd like to save a few commemorative items, pick the most meaningful ones that remind you of when you got the gold over your arch nemesis. Sweet victory. Number 2, random kitchen gadgets. We all have the drawer. Some people have a lot more than one. The one stuffed so full of kitchen utensils that quite frankly, you aren't even sure what each one is for anymore. The fact of the matter is, unless you do a lot of niche cooking in your day-to-day life, you don't need a melon baller or an egg slicer or most of the kitchen items you might have accumulated over the years that could be best characterized as seen on TV. You'll be able to pare down your kitchen clutter drastically, getting rid of assorted gadgets that you don't need or are regularly used. When you're downsizing your space, these should be among the first casualties of your minimized lifestyle. Also, be on the lookout for duplicates in your cupboards or cabinets. If you don't use 2 blenders in your current space, you definitely don't want or need to in your new place. Number 3, and it's a big one, excessive old or outdated clothing. Tackle your clothes collection and you're bound to make a big dent in the purging process. The average person only wears about 20% of their entire wardrobe, so there's no doubt plenty of room to get rid of some unworn or unnecessary items in your house. Make an exception for the worn or beloved clothing items you actually wear, but you don't need to bring along old or worn out style clothing when you're moving to a smaller home. For the most part, if you haven't worn an item in the last 6 months, you won't need it going forward. A good place to start in the clothing purging is your casual t-shirt collection. It seems that by the time we reach 30, we've collected 1,000 different t-shirts just because they came for free or you made an impulsive airport buy. Thinking about how much space you'd be able to reasonably dedicate to t-shirts in your new space, whether it's one dresser drawer or a pull-out box under the bed. 4, books. Do you have any books? Like me, you probably have boxes of them that you've been packing around for 20 years. If books are a part of your heart and soul, make space for them in your new home, no matter how small it is. But since the average person realistically only reads 4 books a year, there are many households that could stand to cut back. That's not to mention the latest interior design trend of buying books for their color or decorative value, which could be low priority when you downsize. Plus, with the abundance of ebook readers, you can store all of your favorite tales digitally. I'm not suggesting you purge your entire library. However, now is the time to be honest with yourself about which books should have a place in your new home and on your bookshelf. Try to keep only books that you find to be worthy of display, are so good you have to have a copy on hand, or that you'd like to maybe read someday. Number 5, anything your kids should have taken off your hands years ago. Give your kids a chance to claim any artwork, CDs, trinkets, clothes, figurines, or any other items you've been storing on their behalf long after they've moved out of the house. Set a deadline for when they'll need to decide if they want something, and toss anything you've only chosen to keep for their sake once it passes. Don't part with these items, you'll regret it. Amid the chaos of moving and selling the house, stuff gets lost, and you could accidentally toss something you'll regret in the rush to get packed in time. Excess junk mail and random papers are major clutter culprits in people's homes. It's reported that we don't even look at 80% of the paperwork and information that we keep, and that the average person accumulates 15,000 pieces of junk mail over a lifetime. But be careful not to get toss happy, or you might end up accidentally throwing out vital documents that you won't want to be caught without down the road, such as your birth certificate, your social insurance card, any vaccination records, property titles, passports and wills, and other legal documents. 2, family heirlooms. Emotional attachment is one of the most difficult parts of the process when you're figuring out how to prepare to downsize your home. However, be careful not to go overboard when it comes to sentimental family heirlooms, or you may end up experiencing rear-view mirror remorse. Irreplaceable items like your great-grandparents' watch or your grandmother's sterling silver mirror are worth far more to your family than the space they take up. However, if you find yourself with more precious heirlooms than you can accommodate, don't send them to the landfill or recycling bin. Pass them down to another family member who might enjoy the connection to the past, or find out what their value is. 3, old photographs. There's nothing like real photographs to stand the test of longevity when it comes to maintaining memories. When you keep prints of photos, you have something tangible to pass down to younger generations. It doesn't mean you need to keep every last overexposed blurry photo, the dark days before digital, but it's always nice to have the option of opening up a photo album for a stroll down memory lane. Take the time to transfer loose photos from boxes to photo albums and store under the bed for easy access. Number 4, anything you need to get through the moving process. It's the moment that you feel like you can't pack one more box that you'll be tempted to toss out all your cleaning supplies and throw out half of your box of granola bars. You'd rather do a superstore run later than deal with these miscellaneous items. But you'll be glad you have your bleach, your scrub brush, your snack pack to keep you from fainting on moving day. A couple of checklists, in this case, can really help. Stuck on the fence? Try these tips to figure out what you should and shouldn't keep. 1, use the 20-20 rule. If it can be replaced for $20 or less in 20 minutes or less, let it go. This is an easy, pragmatic way to look at each item objectively, eliminating the struggle many of us have with agonizing over every piece of clothing or furniture. There are some cases where this is an oversimplification. You wouldn't toss out all of your silverware or coffee mugs just because they're cheap and easily replaceable. But this advice can act as a valuable litmus test when you're going through your household items to downsize. 2, multi-purpose items are the organized homeowner's best friend. When you're downsizing, it's super important that every item serves at least one clear purpose. If it serves multiple functions, that's even better. Murphy beds, ottomans that double as storage, and multi-purpose furniture like futons or sleeper sofas are the downsizer's best friend. If you're moving to a smaller space, you're going to want furniture that provides unexpected storage space and serves multiple purposes. 3. Ask yourself what each item brings to your life. There's no doubt that downsizing can be emotionally taxing. However, being practical about the role each item plays in your life can help you figure out how you really feel about it. Relinquish what has served you in the past and retain what will serve you moving forward. Thinking about your belongings this way allows you to take a good, honest look at which items you should bring into your future and which ones should be left behind. 4. If it doesn't fit, don't force it. When you're moving to a smaller space, every square inch matters. You'll need to be prepared ahead of time with an idea of what you will and won't have room to bring with you in terms of furniture. Take careful measurements of every room in your new home, as well as measurements of the furniture you absolutely don't want to part with. The leftover pieces that won't fit into your new space can be donated or gifted. Don't forget about doorways when you're figuring out what will fit in your new home and what won't. Many homeowners have made the mistake of neglecting to measure doorways, resulting in disappointment at best and damaged items or door frames at worst. Downsizing can be stressful, but having an action plan can turn an overwhelming task like decluttering into digestible bite-sized pieces. Make the decision to clear out your excess stuff and get started on your journey to a more manageable space. You'll be glad you did. So we hope you enjoyed that video. And if you are considering downsizing, check out this video up here. It's on the perks and the benefits of downsizing. Also, click the links below if you're looking for other additional information. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the subscribe button because we do have lots coming out. And hit the like button. Makes my videography feel good. Thanks very much. Take care.